Today, our topic is, what would Marcus Aurelius say about social media? Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor and a Stoic philosopher. He lived a long time ago, but his ideas are still useful today. If he were alive now, he would see social media as a tool, but also as a challenge. He would ask us to think carefully about how we use it. Social media can be good or bad depending on how we use it. Marcus Aurelius would tell us to focus on our own actions and not waste time on things we cannot control. He would say that social media is not good or bad by itself, but it becomes good or bad because of how we use it. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot control. On social media, we cannot control what other people post or say. We cannot control how many likes or comments we get. But we can control how we react. We can control how much time we spend on social media. We can control what we post and how we treat others online. Marcus Aurelius would tell us to use social media wisely and not let it control our emotions. He would say that social media is just a tool, like a hammer. A hammer can be used to build a house or to break a window. It is not the hammer that is good or bad, but the person using it. In the same way, social media can be used to connect with friends, learn new things, and share ideas. But it can also be used to spread hate, waste time, and make us feel bad about ourselves. Marcus Aurelius would remind us that our time is limited. We should not waste it on things that do not matter. He would say that social media can be a distraction. It can take us away from what is truly important, like our relationships, our work, and our personal growth. He would tell us to be mindful of how we spend our time and to ask ourselves if what we are doing is helping us become better people. Marcus Aurelius believed in living a simple life. He would probably see social media as something that complicates our lives. It'd make us compare ourselves to others and feel like we are not good enough. But he would remind us that true happiness comes from within. It does not come from how many followers we have or how many likes we get. It comes from living a life of virtue, from being kind, honest, and fair. He would tell us to focus on our own values and not worry about what others think of us. Marcus Aurelius would also warn us about the dangers of seeking validation from others. On social media, it is easy to fall into the trap of wanting approval from others. We post pictures and updates, hoping for likes and comments. But Marcus Aurelius would say that this is a mistake. He would tell us that our worth does not come from the opinions of others. It comes from how we live our lives and how we treat others. He would say that we should not let social media define us or control our self-esteem. Instead, we should focus on being the best version of ourselves. He would also talk about the importance of balance. Social media can be fun and useful, but it should not take over our lives. He would tell us to set limits on how much time we spend on social media, and to make sure we have time for other important things, like spending time with family and friends, reading, exercising, and reflecting on our lives. He would say that we should not let social media take away our peace of mind. We should use it in a way that adds value to our lives, not in a way that causes stress or anxiety. Marcus Aurelius would also talk about the importance of being present. Social media can take us out of the moment. We can be so focused on capturing the perfect photo or thinking about what to post that we forget to enjoy the moment. He would remind us to be present in our lives and to appreciate the simple things. He would say that life is happening right now, and we should not miss it because we are too busy looking at our screens. He would also talk about the importance of being honest and authentic. On social media, it is easy to create a false image of ourselves. We can post only the best moments and hide the struggles. But Marcus Aurelius would say that this is not honest. He would tell us to be true to ourselves and to show the world who we really are. He would say that we should not be afraid to show our flaws and imperfections, because that is what makes us human. Marcus Aurelius would also talk about the importance of kindness. On social media, It is easy to say things we would never say in person. We can hide behind a screen and say hurtful things without thinking about the consequences. But Marcus Aurelius would remind us that we should treat others with respect and kindness, both online and offline. He would say that we should think before we post and consider how our words might affect others. He would remind us that we are all connected and that our actions have an impact on others. Finally, Marcus Aurelius would talk about the importance of self-reflection. He would tell us to take time to think about how we are using social media and whether it is helping us or hurting us. He would say that we should ask ourselves if we are using social media in a way that aligns with our values and goals. If we find that social media is causing us stress or making us unhappy, he would tell us to take a break or use it less. He would remind us that we have the power to choose how we use social media, and that we should use it in a way that brings us closer to the person we want to be. In conclusion, Marcus Aurelius would see social media as a tool that can be used for good or bad. He would tell us to use it wisely, to focus on what we can control, and to not let it take over our lives. He would remind us that our worth does not come from the opinions of others, but from how we live our lives. He would encourage us to be present, honest, kind, and reflective in our use of social media. Most importantly, he would tell us to remember that social media is just one part of life, and that we should not let it distract us from what is truly important. Life is short, and we should make the most of it by living with purpose, virtue, and gratitude. Social media can be a part of that, but it should not be the center of our lives. Marcus Aurelius would want us to use social media in a way that helps us grow and connect with others, but not in a way that takes away our peace of mind or distracts us from what really matters. So, the next time you open your social media app, think about what Marcus Aurelius would say. Ask yourself if what you are doing is helping you become a better person, or if it is just a waste of time. Remember that you have the power to choose how you use social media, and that you should use it in a way that brings you closer to the person you want to be.